The dangers of getting a bikini body. So summer is starting, and with that comes a lot of wonderful things, but it's also the beginning of bikini body diet culture pushing its way into your minds and making you feel like if your body doesn't look like this, then you are not worthy of going to the beach, wearing a bathing suit, or like even just existing. So today we're going to be talking about the bikini body cult, about its history, about its dangers, and about the right things to do if you want to lose weight and be healthy without adhering to these terrible ideas. A historical timeline of the bikini body cult. So before the 90s, it wasn't really common to go to the water, like to the beach for fun. People didn't really do that. But then doctors started to come out with like the benefits of seeing the sun, the benefits of like being in water and doing these things. So people started to go to the beach a little bit, and they wore bathing suits then, but here's what they look like. So nothing that would actually elicit remarks on your body, or not more than like any other clothes. So as time went on, men started to be allowed to wear suits that resembled like more like bathing suits, but not women. Women had to fight to get that right. And in the 1900s, Annette Kellerman was the first woman to wear a like one-piece bathing suit, and she really started advocating for women's rights to wear these kinds of bathing suits, and she even started her own bathing suit line. Things weren't exactly one then. Obviously, women's bodies still continued to be policed, and in the 1920s, women's bathing suits would get measured to make sure that they weren't too short. In 1946, Louis Réard introduced the modern bikini that resembles more of the things that we have today. This really caused a sensation. It started challenging social norms, and it was both like a symbol of liberation because women were allowed to show their bodies to be comfortable while they swam, but it also became a symbol of constraint because then it was an opening for all of the like different remarks on women's bodies and for diet culture to creep in and create this like cult of the bikini body. And throughout the 1950s and 1960s, now that their bodies were more revealed, women were highly encouraged to maintain a slim figure and to fit within certain standards of beauty that society had at the time. The term bikini body was first coined in 1961 in an ad campaign with a chain of like weight loss salons called Slenderella. Summer's wonderful fun is for those who look young. High firm bust, handspan waist, trim firm hips, slender graceful legs, a bikini body. And then the media drilled this idea into everybody's heads that in order to get a bikini body, you had to go on a strict diet plan. You had to eat really, really low in calories. You had to ban carbs. You had to be very careful of doing enough exercise in order to be toned enough, and all of these things. And this obsession with gaining a bikini body just started gaining momentum over the decades, and it became worse and worse. There were always like billboards showing what a bikini body should look like, and magazines and like publicities telling you what you needed to look like and also what you needed to do in order to get there. And it just got to a point where we were just like swimming in diet culture without even realizing it. Like we could stare up at these huge billboards of stick thin women saying like get your summer body ready in time and not think twice about it. We would like flip through pages and pages and pages of magazines showing us like 200 calorie recipes and how to maintain a very slim figure by going on like these detoxes and like getting all these like supplements that would help you burn fat. We would scroll through Thinspiration, Tumblr, and stare at pictures of extremely thin girls with quotes like nothing tastes as good as skinny feels. We just got used to seeing these things all around us, and we started not to even give them a second thought, and then it became so ingrained in our heads that we need to have the bikini body, and we needed to do everything in our power to get it, and if we didn't, we were just like lazy, slothful, no willpower, whatever, failures. The dangers of the bikini body ideal. So this relentless pursuit of the ideal body perpetuated by the media comes at a really, really high cost for people, and specifically women. There's first the negative impact on emotional and mental well-being, because if you feel like you don't fit the beauty standard, your body is not the typical bikini body, then you feel that you aren't good enough. And if you try to do things to modify your body to fit within these standards and you're unable to do it, you feel like you're a failure and that you have no willpower. This can really just like completely crush your confidence and your self-esteem, and it's just overall not a good thing to feel at all. The bikini body craze is mostly focused on weight and mostly pressuring women not to be like over a certain weight, but that's not all. It also shames women for things like body hair and stretch marks and cellulite and the shade of their skin and whether they are toned or not and if they are able-bodied or not and all of these things. And to a lesser extent, very thin women can also be shamed for being skinny, for being flat and having no curves, being like a bag of bones or anything like that, which is not good at all either. So we basically have 99% of women out there being told that their body is not good enough to wear a bikini and that they shouldn't do so because they don't meet the standard and it's not going to be pretty and they're not going to have a fun time. And so if these women are able to like bite the bullet and wear a bikini anyway, they're just going to be like obsessed with everybody looking at them. They're going to think that everybody's looking at them. They're going to feel like very uncomfortable. They're going to want to hide their bodies. It's not going to be a fun time. And a lot of women aren't even able to do that. They just would rather stay home, or if they go to the beach, they go so like fully dressed. They don't even want other people to look at them. They're like terrified of other people commenting on their bodies, and so they prevent themselves from doing things they want and wearing what they want because of this crazy like bikini body ideal. And then the biggest issue, in my opinion, as a nutritionist is that women will become so obsessed with reaching these ideals of beauty and like getting that bikini body that being thin and losing weight will override being healthy. And so they're going to start going on very restrictive diets. They're going to start taking like fat burner pills and things like that. They're gonna go on detoxes. They're gonna stop carbs. They're gonna do like intermittent fasting. They're basically gonna starve themselves in order to be able to fit into this beauty standard. And of course, all of this can have very detrimental effects like multiple eating disorders and just being at risk for tons of nutritional deficiencies and really altering your relationship with food and then being in a cycle that you can never get out of. The era of fighting back. Thankfully, people are starting to realize all of the negative aspects of this bikini body craze and in general all of the like unattainable beauty standards. The body positivity movement serves as a great counterbalance to this bikini body and like diet culture trend because it really emphasizes this idea that all bodies are valuable, all bodies are beautiful, and that there is not like only one type of body that is allowed to wear a bikini and feel good in doing it. It's way more inclusive of all body shapes and sizes. And the body positivity movement also emphasizes the importance of representation. You can't just say, just love yourselves, everybody's beautiful. You have to show people that that's actually the case by promoting all types of bodies and by having women and men and people in general model with all different shapes and sizes and show bikinis and other clothes on all different types of bodies, whether that be for bodies that are overweight or bodies that are also like non-able bodies or bodies that have like skin issues or like scars or burns or like depigmentation or bodies that aren't toned or all of that. So thanks to this pushback, things are slowly starting to change. We are starting to see more inclusion in the different types of bodies that are portrayed in the media and that model clothes and bikinis, but it's not enough because a lot of it is performative. You're gonna see brands that are just gonna hire like one plus size model to redeem their image, and then the rest of them are still going to be like very stick thin white blonde women, or they're going to have like plus size women model, but when it's time to actually shop for the clothes, then the sizes don't go over extra large, and even the extra large you don't have like that many options. It's not as nice looking, the fabric isn't the same, there's like differences. And again, even though these things are changing and that's positive in general, there's just still way too much diet culture in our life. There's still way too many magazines trying to get you to lose weight, showing you like women in bikinis and like how to get toned in time for summer, and just shoving that in your face, as well as all the recipes that you need in order to lose weight, all the exercise you need to do in order to lose weight, tips telling you not to eat 8 hours prior to going to the beach so that you can get like more ab definition and look thinner. Like, another thing I'm really seeing a lot of is that there's a lot of rebrand for brands and like even like influencers, people like professionals in the like fitness and nutrition space that used to be all about like losing weight and eating low calories and, you know, getting a bikini body. But now they're getting a little bit of pushback, and so they are rebranding, but it's still all of the same messages and like all of the same like low calorie recipes and like really high intense exercise and not listening to your body signals, just listening to rules and like intermittent fasting and cutting out carbs and all of that. It's still the same, but instead of calling it like a bikini body challenge, they call it like healthy toned body challenge. And instead of saying like my lose like 10 pounds in a week weight loss plan, they're gonna say eat healthier plan, you know? So that is not real change. Again, we are going in the right direction and I'm very pleased about that, but we are not there by any means. And you need to be especially careful of these like wolves in sheep's clothing accounts and brands and all of that, because if you have suffered from like an eating disorder in the past because of diet culture, because of like trying to fit your body into these like unobtainable standards, then it will easily come back to you if you start like getting into these like healthy eating things that just then drive you to be orthorexic, which is like not good. Just be careful. So all of these like messages and even like this rebranding, all of that is very dangerous. But is there a way to actually get a bikini body that is okay? Is having bikini body goals ever okay? So having weight loss goals is fine, but having weight loss goals tied to a specific moment of the year, or like having a goal, like a set goal before a set date, is not fine, and it can be unhealthy. Because if you tell yourself, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds in 1 month before I go on this vacation and wear this bikini, likely you will fail and you will end up hating yourself and like falling into this diet culture trap and then yo-yo dieting on and off for the rest of your life. But even if you do succeed, first of all, chances are you're gonna find something else to obsess over. You're gonna wanna lose even more of the weight, or you're gonna like start focusing on your hair or your stretch marks or your loose skin or whatever. Even let's say if you're happy with your weight, then what you did to get yourself there cannot be healthy. Losing that much weight in such a short amount of time cannot be healthy. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna be all like happy in your bikini for the summer, and then once summer is over, you're gonna start binging because you were like heavily malnourished, you were under eating, you're not getting all the calories you need. And then you're gonna start having cravings, and you're gonna try to push these cravings back, and they're just gonna come back, and you're gonna gain all the weight that you lost and more. And your metabolism has slowed since then, because if you lose weight drastically, your metabolism will slow down. And so now it's like winter and you've gained like all the weight back and then some, and you're like, that's fine, I'll just start over next summer. And then next summer comes around and you try to do the same thing, except now you have more pounds to lose and you're gonna lose it not as quickly. And so you can see how this becomes a very terrifying yo-yo dieting cycle of you not getting enough calories and then pushing you to overeat in order to compensate, and then gaining weight, and then wanting to lose weight, going on a restrictive diet to lose the weight, and then it just goes on and on and on. No, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean that you should never try to lose weight. There are healthy ways to do that. I personally am of the opinion that you can only lose weight healthily if it's not your main goal. Health always has to come first, and that will prevent you from doing anything that is not good for your body in the long run. So if you're trying to lose weight, what you need to focus on is building healthier eating habits for yourself and create a solid relationship with food, making sure that you are eating enough and that you're eating enough whole foods and that you are trying to reduce the processed foods, all while allowing yourself to have some and have treats and have things that you really enjoy pretty regularly so that you don't start craving them uncontrollably. If you're interested in that, I have a video on how to lose weight the right way, and I also have a free webinar on how to figure out healthy eating, which will teach you exactly all the things that you need to do in order to get healthy eating patterns right, and in order to build a healthy relationship with food and to lose weight in a way that is actually sustainable and healthy, and this doesn't involve yo-yo dieting and like crash dieting, fad diets, any of that. And please remember that while having weight loss goals and striving to eat healthier is fine, it shouldn't prevent you from living your present moment life right now, because you are waiting for something better. You can't do that. You have to already start thinking like this ideal version of yourself that is your ideal weight, and this version of yourself wouldn't prevent themselves from living because they're already, at the weight that they want. Finally, I wanted to add that it is wonderful to be proud of your body and even to like flaunt your body if you are thin, if you are in like the societal beauty standards. It's important to understand that celebrating one's body extends to all shapes and sizes and all bodies. This is not a way to actually bash people who are within beauty standards. Being proud of your naturally thin body and embracing it doesn't mean that you are also pushing and promoting diet culture, as long as it is about you and the way that you feel and about feeling good in your body and being happy with your body, and it's not about like pushing what you're doing onto other people to get them to look like. You can absolutely celebrate your thin body without subscribing to harmful diet culture messages and without pushing harmful practices on yourself or other people. It's really about cultivating a positive body image and just like fostering self-confidence and doing that for all different types of bodies and being inclusive in with all like different types of bodies, and not limiting your like standards of beauty to this like one ideal that has been drilled into your head by diet culture. So a long story short, now that we have the right to wear whatever we want to the beach, which like we saw wasn't always easy, please don't prevent yourself from wearing what you want just because of other people. If you want to cover up entirely, that's absolutely your choice too. But if you want to wear a teeny tiny bikini, even if you're not a size 2, I don't even know what sizes are in America, but even if you're not like an extra small, you can absolutely do so. And you should absolutely exercise your right to do so. And if you're in a situation where you're looking to lose weight, remember that you can simultaneously love your current body and wear a nice bikini and also work towards building healthier eating habits that will ultimately lead to weight loss. Just because you are looking for something different in the future, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't enjoy your current reality. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and see you on my next one. Bye.